Hi guys, today I'm doing a collab with the wonderful Blessed Life, and thank you so much for inviting me to this collab. And we're making some pasta with meatballs. With also we're gonna have some cheese with it and some pasta sauce. I also made the cabbage soup with some sour cream. So for making this soup, I'll be using a large piece of chicken breast. Oops, can't find it now. It's about to boil, so the water changed the color. So it's about 2 pounds of chicken meat here. So after it's gonna be boiling and cooking for at least 20 minutes, I'm gonna add the rest of the stuff. And I'll be using these spices, and that's the Old Bay seasoning, the pizza seasoning. I have some dill in here that I buy in bulk. I'm gonna use salt, and this is the black pepper that I have in there. I'm also gonna be using 4 carrots, 1 really small onion, and
potatoes, 3 potatoes.
Yes, and
Cabbage.
Small cabbage, and some tomato sauce, probably about 1/2 of this can. So I'm gonna chop it up and just put it all in the pot for soup. So Gabby's chopping the onions. Good job, Gabby.
I don't want to if there's this but just it's too small, I just take them off and then just cut them,
Okay, good job. Such a big knife for such a little girl.
Don't worry, I won't cut myself. I did onions before, even with potatoes.
Yeah.
Potatoes!
Mm-hmm.
My favorite word.
Gabby's cutting the potatoes now, so if you guys don't feel like cooking, make your kids do it.
If they actually want to.
Yeah. They
Cause
have to want to if they want to eat.
Mm-hmm. You
Right?
know that story where that chicken had to do make that delicious cake or bread something, and then her friends didn't want to help her, so she's and then when she cooked it, and then everybody went there, and then they're like, "Can I help you eat it?" And then she's like, "No, I'm the one that cooked it." And then she
I didn't know that story. Yeah, but that's good.
No.
I didn't go to school. So this is a 2-gallon pot. That's a huge pot, which is gonna have about 15 to 20 servings of soup. So I added all the ingredients to it, but then I decided that I can add more because it's not gonna be thick enough. So I decided to add about 2 tablespoons of rice. You can use any rice. Oops. Yeah, so you can use any rice you have, any kind of, and potatoes and cabbage and carrot. These are all cheap ingredients, so I don't know how much exactly which will it cost, but I usually buy my cabbage and carrots and onions for less than 50 cents a pound, and usually less. And the potatoes are really cheap. I buy a whole bag of potatoes anywhere between 99 cents to $1.99. Sometimes if I'm really desperate for potatoes, I'll pay $2.99, but usually okay, Gabby, they're taters. So yeah, so these are all pretty cheap ingredients. The chicken, if it has with bones and everything, I usually don't pay more than 79 cents a pound. So and if you're gonna make this soup at home, all ingredients here are optional. Well, you gotta use something, you can't just have water, but you can do more or less of onion, carrot, cabbage, and potatoes, and you can also put more or less meat, or you can make it vegetarian if you like to. Also, the spices I used, use the spices you like the salt and stuff. You would add to how you like it. If you like it salty or less salty, that's how you would make. So there's no measuring here, everything is approximate, so whatever. That's how I cook, I never measure anything. So that's my cheap soup, and it's not ready yet. So, and you can also probably make it in the crock pot. So I'm just close it up, and after it boils, I'm gonna have to taste the carrots and potatoes. If those are ready, that means everything else is ready. So here I started making the meatballs. I have broken 6 eggs because I have really small eggs, and the eggs are really cheap for me because we have our own chickens, so they cost almost nothing. I added all the spices in the eggs, so it'll be easier to mix them up. Here I have some hot dogs, which are almost going bad, but they're still good. It's about half a package, which will be like whole package is $1, so half a package will be like about 50 cents, and this is about 5.5 ounces of white bread. And I'm also gonna use half of medium onion. So I'm just gonna cut the onion and crumble and mix up the bread in there, and if it's too thick, I'm gonna add a little bit water. So I crumbled the bread, and I also added garlic, and with I showed you all the spices I added for soup. I also added for the meatballs. So I have onion, dried garlic, and crumbled bread. So I'm gonna crumble all up. Once it's all consistent, then I'm gonna add 2 pounds of ground beef. So here's the mixture, how it looks so far. I mixed all the bread and egg together, so it's consistent meatballs. And here's the ground beef, and now I'm gonna mix it all together again, and let's see. So my soup is still boiling, and here I have water. I just started water, and I'm gonna make some pasta here, and it's like half a package here, which is like half a pound. Here, let me see. Yeah, this is a pound package, so I'm gonna use about half of that for tonight. And yeah, you can usually buy a pound of pasta for $1 or less. So I'm gonna cook that too. The skillet is almost ready for the meatballs. So I have some of them already, and this is what the meatball mixture looks like. So I'm gonna start frying the meatballs. So here they are, cooking, and so here I just turn them around to brown the other side. Well. So the soup was about $4.50, $5 for everything, and this is almost 2 gallons, so it's gonna last us 3 to 4 dinners. So which about $1.50 for each dinner. The pasta is about, I'm gonna add a little bit butter to it, so it's about 70 cents worth of pasta here, which we might have some leftovers for tomorrow. Meatballs, some of them are still not ready, so meatballs ended up costing me about $5 altogether. So that's about $1.25, $1.50 for each dinner. Yeah, be snacking. So that's about $1.50 here. So that's 2. So that's about $3 for dinner. We're also gonna use, some of the people might like the pasta sauce with their pasta and meatballs. We're also gonna use sour cream in our soup, and we're also gonna use cheese with the pasta, and we also have spinach. So, but because we're not gonna use all of it, and it's hard to predict how much of it we're also gonna use, so I would say dinner is costing us about $3 to $4 with all these ingredients. If you guys want to know why I cook so much at the same time, because I only cook once in about 3 days. So I got like a whole pot of soup and like the whole bag of pasta. Well, pasta is just for tonight and maybe for tomorrow morning. And the whole bag of the meatballs. It's because I'm trying to not cook on the days that I work. So because I don't have time on those days. So I'm just gonna cook once and we eat it for 3 days, and that saves me a lot of time and actually money too. But this is probably too much for one person to eat, so most people are gonna eat either or just small servings of that. And Gabby, would this be enough for you to eat
Yes.
or too much?
I actually just want meatballs.
Okay, yeah.
With this, all of this, but just without the pasta, without the cheese, without the spaghetti.
Thank you so much for watching, and please go visit other participants. Bye!